Let me ask you a simple question. Do you think that what's in your snack jar could quietly be harming your heart, your kidneys, and even your memory? Most people don't. They assume nuts are healthy, good fats, natural protein, plant-based nutrition. But after working with thousands of older patients in the last 30 years, I can tell you this. Not all nuts are safe after the age of 60, and I've seen the consequences firsthand. Last fall, I had a patient named Robert, 67 years old, retired firefighter, strong guy, proud. He thought he was doing everything right. But over the last 2 years, his blood pressure crept up. His memory started slipping. His joints ache more than ever. His cardiologist suspected early heart damage. And guess what? Robert had developed the habit of snacking on a certain healthy nut every single day. Turns out, that one habit was slowly sabotaging his health. You see, some nuts are loaded with oxalates that stress your kidneys. Others interfere with blood pressure meds or even inflame your arteries. And a few, especially the ones people eat the most, can quietly spike blood sugar and trigger weight gain. I know this is not what you've been told, but the science is clear. The danger is real. And I'm here to walk you through what you should really eat and what you must avoid starting now. If you're watching and you're over 60, type 1 in the comments. If you're not there yet, type 0, because sooner or later, this will matter to you too. And if this message resonates with you, go ahead, tap subscribe, and hit the bell. I don't want you to miss any of these life-changing lessons. Let's start by exposing the biggest lie you've been told about nuts and aging. Number 1, why not all nuts are created equal after 60? Let's be honest, we were all told that nuts are healthy. Doctors said it, magazines printed it, supermarkets even gave them their own wellness aisles. But here's the truth, not all nuts are created equal, especially when you're over 60. What works for a 25-year-old gym rat doesn't work for a 68-year-old who's on blood pressure meds and managing joint pain. That's because as we age, our metabolism slows down, our digestive system weakens, and our organs become more sensitive to inflammatory compounds, especially the kind found in many common snack foods. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that over 70% of Americans over 60 have some form of digestive inefficiency, meaning their bodies no longer absorb nutrients as effectively. What does that mean for you? It means that the same handful of nuts that once boosted your energy in your 30s can now spike your blood sugar, clog your arteries, or throw off your medication balance without you even realizing it. Let me say it again. Some nuts, especially the highly processed, salted, roasted, and packaged ones, carry risks that can quietly hurt your heart, kidneys, or even your memory. For example, did you know that roasted peanuts are often processed at temperatures that can create acrylamide, a chemical that the National Cancer Institute has linked to nerve damage and cognitive decline in older adults? And yet, it's one of the most commonly consumed snacks by seniors in America. This isn't about fear, it's about making smarter choices based on how our bodies change. And believe me, they do change. After age 60, your liver enzymes drop, your renal filtration slows, and your gut microbiome shifts dramatically. That means your body's reaction to a cashew or a walnut at age 65 is very different than it was at 40. So here's what I tell my patients. Don't just eat a nut because it's trendy. Eat it because it works for your age, your health condition, and your goals. Think of it this way, not all shoes fit all feet. Not all nuts suit all bodies. Now, let me ask you, have you ever felt more bloated, more tired, or even foggy-headed after a healthy snack? If so, comment below and tell me what it was. You might be surprised how many others share the same story. In a moment, I'll show you exactly which 5 nuts support your health after 60 and which 5 are silently sabotaging it. But first, remember, your age isn't the problem. Your information is, and today, that's about to change. Number 2. Top 5 nuts that heal, backed by clinical evidence. Let's talk about what works. Because yes, some nuts truly are a gift to aging bodies, but only if you know which ones, how much, and how often. In my 30 years as a doctor, I've seen hundreds of seniors reverse fatigue, brain fog, and joint pain just by making small tweaks to their snack habits. Here are the 5 nuts I personally recommend to my patients over 60 based on peer-reviewed science and real-life results in the exam room. 1. Almonds, your bone and heart's best friend. Almonds are rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin E nutrients many older Americans are dangerously low on. Just 1/4 cup of almonds gives you about 97 milligrams of calcium, which helps protect bones that are already losing density with age. But here's the secret. The magnesium in almonds acts like a traffic cop. It directs calcium away from your arteries and into your bones, preventing calcification and improving bone strength. A study by Tufts University found that almonds help reduce oxidative damage in brain cells, potentially protecting memory and delaying cognitive decline. Dosage 15 to 20 almonds per day, preferably raw or dry roasted, unsalted. Pro tip: choose almonds with the skin on. The skin contains flavonoids that, when paired with vitamin E, double the antioxidant power. 2. Walnuts, brain armor for seniors. There's a reason walnuts look like little brains. They're loaded with ALA omega-3s, which help preserve cognitive function. In 2023, the Journal of Nutrition published a study showing that seniors who ate 1.5 ounces of walnuts a day for 8 weeks experienced faster mental processing and sharper memory. Walnuts also contain melatonin. Yes, the same hormone that helps you sleep. As we age, melatonin levels drop naturally, and poor sleep makes memory even worse. A small handful of walnuts before bed can help restore better rest. Dosage 7 to 9 walnut halves daily. Store them in the refrigerator to protect their fragile oils from going rancid. 3. Pistachios, the unsung hero for blood pressure and vision. Pistachios are high in potassium, about 285 milligrams per ounce, and low in sodium, making them excellent for seniors managing blood pressure. According to the American Journal of Hypertension, 1 ounce per day can lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points without the side effects of medication. Even better, pistachios contain lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect the macula in your eyes. That's huge for preventing age-related macular degeneration, the #1 cause of vision loss in seniors. Bonus: shelling pistachios slows your eating, giving your brain time to register fullness, and the empty shells help you visually track how much you've eaten. Dosage 49 pistachios a day. Yes, that's the actual number in 1 ounce. 4. Brazil nuts, thyroid support in just 1 bite. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral essential for healthy thyroid function. Just 1 Brazil nut contains about 96 micrograms, which is 137% of your daily value. Up to 20% of older Americans have undiagnosed thyroid issues, often mistaken for just getting older. Low energy, weight gain, brain fog. Sound familiar? Selenium supports thyroid hormone activation, which regulates your metabolism and energy levels. It also protects nerve cells by maintaining the myelin sheath, which helps with reaction speed and clarity. Dosage: only 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day. Too much selenium can be toxic. This is a case where less is more. 5. Hazelnuts, the heart's quiet defender. Hazelnuts often fly under the radar, but they're rich in monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, and B vitamins that support heart rhythm and nerve function. A 2022 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that regular hazelnut intake improves good HDL cholesterol and reduces arterial inflammation. They're also one of the easiest nuts to digest, making them ideal for seniors with slower digestion or dental sensitivity. Dosage: about 20 hazelnuts per day, raw and unsalted. If you've already been eating any of these, tell me in the comments which nut has made you feel the best. And if you've never tried one, maybe today's the day. Up next, we'll uncover the 5 nuts that are silently wrecking senior health nuts that I see again and again, causing problems in people who mean well, but just don't know better. Stay with me. Number 3. 5. Hidden hazards, the worst nuts for seniors after 60. Now that you know the good, let's talk about the dangerous ones, the nuts that sneak into your pantry, labeled healthy, but hurt you quietly. Over the years, I've seen too many seniors struggling with fatigue, swelling, high blood pressure, and memory loss, only to discover that one of their favorite snacks was playing a big role. Here are the 5 nuts I warn all my patients over 60 to either avoid or eat with extreme caution. 1. Peanuts, the moldy imposter. First, let's set the record straight. Peanuts aren't nuts. They're legumes, which grow underground and are highly susceptible to mold contamination. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, peanuts can harbor aflatoxins, toxic substances from mold that can damage your liver and are linked to cancer. Older adults are at higher risk because their detoxification systems slow down. Even worse, peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which increase inflammation, a problem for joints, arteries, and brain cells. They can also interfere with blood thinners like warfarin, raising your bleeding risk, and most commercial peanut butters are packed with sugar, salt, and hydrogenated oils, a triple threat to your heart. Bottom line, if you have arthritis, high blood pressure, or memory problems, peanuts might be making things worse quietly. 2. Cashews, the sweet sugar spike. Cashews are smooth, creamy, and delicious, but they're also high in carbohydrates. 1 ounce contains around 9 grams of carbs, almost double what almonds contain. For the 25% of Americans over 65 with diabetes or prediabetes, this can lead to subtle but dangerous blood sugar spikes. Cashews also contain oxalates, which bind with calcium in your gut and reduce absorption, bad news for bone health. They're also a common choking hazard for seniors with swallowing difficulties. And here's a little-known fact. The raw form of cashews contains a toxic compound called urushiol, the same stuff found in poison ivy. That's why cashews must be heat processed, often destroying many of their nutrients in the process. My advice, enjoy them rarely and never as your go-to snack. 3. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bomb. Macadamias are rich, buttery, and luxurious, but for aging bodies, they're a silent saboteur. They contain nearly 200 calories per ounce and over 22 grams of fat, mostly saturated. For older adults with slowing metabolism and gallbladder issues, this is a heavy load. According to the National Institute on Aging, 15% of seniors have gallstones, often without symptoms. Macadamias can trigger painful flare-ups. Their hardness also poses risks to those with dental work, fragile teeth, or dentures. And sadly, they're often over-roasted in excessive oils and salt, which further increases inflammation and blood pressure. If you're trying to maintain a healthy weight and reduce inflammation, skip the macadamias. 4. Pine nuts, the medication interfere. Pine nuts may look harmless, but they carry a surprising risk for seniors on multiple medications. They contain compounds that interfere with statins, blood pressure meds, and even antidepressants. Worse, some people develop pine mouth, a condition where everything tastes metallic for days or weeks, leading to loss of appetite, unwanted weight loss, and nutritional decline. Older adults are more prone to this due to changes in taste receptors and slower liver detox. They're also high in polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize easily and can worsen inflammation. And if you have trouble swallowing, their slippery texture increases the risk of aspiration. For anyone over 60 taking multiple prescriptions, avoid pine nuts. 5. Flavored or mixed nuts, the industrial trap. This isn't about a specific nut, it's about how they're processed. Many mixed nut blends are loaded with sodium, MSG, artificial flavors, and cheap oils that undo every health benefit of the nuts inside. Even honey-roasted or spicy flavors often contain added sugars and chemicals that inflame your gut and raise your blood pressure. I had one patient, Barbara, 71 years old, a sweet lady. She thought she was eating healthy by switching from cookies to flavored nuts, but her blood sugar, triglycerides, and blood pressure all went up. It's not the nuts themselves, it's the processing that turns them toxic. If your nuts come in a shiny bag and taste like barbecue or honey, put them back. So, tell me, which of these nuts have you been eating? Drop a comment below and don't be embarrassed. We've all made these mistakes. Up next, we'll talk about how to build a nut eating routine that actually supports your health goals after 60. Because it's not just what you eat, it's when, how, and how much. How to build a nut routine that supports your health after 60. So now you know, some nuts heal, some nuts hurt. But here's the real power. When and how you eat them matters just as much as which ones you choose. I've seen this time and again in my older patients. You could be eating the best nuts in the world, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, but if you're eating them at the wrong time, in the wrong way, you're still missing out on their healing potential. So, let me show you how to build a daily nut habit that works for your age, your energy levels, and your long-term goals. 1. Time it right. Morning is better than night. After 60, your metabolism slows down. That means your body has more difficulty digesting fats and absorbing nutrients late in the day. I always recommend my patients eat their main nuts before 2 p.m., preferably as part of breakfast or a light midday snack. It fuels your energy, keeps blood sugar steady, and prevents late-night indigestion. For example, sprinkle 7 walnut halves into your morning oatmeal, or have 15 almonds with a slice of apple around 10 a.m. instead of reaching for a muffin. 2. Combine for better absorption. Your body absorbs nutrients better when you combine nuts with other whole foods. Pair almonds with fruit and yogurt to help your body absorb vitamin E and calcium. Combine Brazil nuts with a boiled egg to help selenium convert into active thyroid hormones. Avoid eating nuts with sugary drinks or processed carbs, which cancel out their benefits. Instead, drink a glass of warm water or herbal tea after your nut snack. This supports digestion and reduces bloating. 3. Mind your portions. Less is often more. One of the most common mistakes I see in seniors is portion overload. Just because something is healthy doesn't mean more is better. Too many nuts, too many calories, plus too much fat for a slower system to handle. Here's a simple visual guide I use in Clinic Almonds, 15 to 20 pieces, about 1 small handful. Walnuts 7 to 9 halves. Pistachios 49 pieces 1 ounce. Brazil nuts just 1 or 2. Hazelnuts about 20. Stick to this, and you'll get the benefits without the bloat, weight gain, or fatigue. 4. Store your nuts like medicine, not candy. You wouldn't leave your pills on a hot kitchen counter, right? So don't do that with nuts either. Many nuts contain delicate oils that go rancid in heat or light, producing free radicals that inflame the body. Store them in airtight containers in the refrigerator or a dark, cool cabinet. If your nuts taste bitter, smell strange, or have a weird texture, throw them out. They're already oxidized and may do more harm than good. 5. Make it part of a larger wellness routine. Nuts aren't magic bullets. They work best when they're part of a whole plan. Move your body daily, drink enough water, sleep 7 to 8 hours. And above all, stay curious and consistent with your food choices. Your body after 60 doesn't want extreme diets. It wants rhythm, nourishment, and consistency. And that includes how you eat your nuts. Now, I want to hear from you. What nut will you start adding to your routine this week? Or what nut will you finally let go of? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this helped you, share it with someone you care about. Because it's never too late to live stronger, think clearer, and move freer. Let's keep building your path to a long, vibrant life, one small, wise choice at a time.